Welcome to the demonstration. Today's topic will be de-identify protected health information with Foxtrot. Hosted by myself, David Green, Senior Account Manager for Healthcare Accounts at EnableSoft. And what is Foxtrot? Foxtrot is technology that enables subject matter experts to migrate and integrate data with no programming. Foxtrot has customers in quite a few sectors. Here we've got healthcare, financial, manufacturing, and some other sectors. And I'm sure you recognize some of the names on the list. Today we're going to talk about de-identifying protected health information. And there's many ways in a healthcare organization that's going to be important. But for clinical data collaboration, to mitigate risk by de-identifying data for testing environments, and also for ICD-10 for taking data from a production environment and de-identifying it for a test environment, so you can test on your core systems and really most of the IT systems in the organization need to be tested, so you don't have to worry about who's doing the testing. If it's a group of analysts or several analysts at different parts around your organization, if they're using data that's been de-identified, you're going to mitigate risk. So from there, we're going to go ahead and move on to the demonstration portion. This is Foxtrot, and in Foxtrot we have several different areas that I want to show you. The first part here in the task list, this is where we actually build our script that we're going to run in the script center itself. And here we have on the left hand side a set of actions that are available to us to use on the data, things like formulas and variables. And in the View Center, we have the ability to load our data. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and load a data file. We're just going to call this Web ICD. And this is to mimic data that you've taken from a production environment that you now want to move to a testing environment that you can de-identify the data with Foxtrot. So I'm going to move our script speed up to full speed. And I'm going to show you a few of the action items that we've created for the script. We're going to go in and take a look. The first is a variable here, and through a series of randomizing and replacing, we've been able to create data that's been de-identified or masked. And we'll click on the wizard to show how we came up with the values that we used. And basically what we have is a set of variables in each field. We're going to take those variables and we're going to do things that change them around. In this case, we actually randomize the first one, but we have a series of randomizations that we can use. In this case, for the variable we're talking about is a random number at the beginning of the address. Take another look at one down here that we used, a formula action. Take a look at what we used, and this is a series of replacing characters, and this is actually in the last name. We basically chose a series of capital letters that we wanted to replace with other capital letters, and we can do that all again through the formula action, so that's not something that you have to do manually. And now we're going to go ahead and run the script so you can see really how fast this is. Foxtrot's going to run through. We've got 42 patient records potentially loaded here that we need to de-identify. And whether you have 1,000 or 100,000 or 10, Foxtrot's capable of handling that. So you can see we've already run through 12 of the 42 records in just a few seconds. But basically what Foxtrot's doing is it's taking each of those records and it's running through the list of variables and formulas that we've created to replace and randomize for the data. And once Foxtrot's finished running through this script, basically what it's going to do is it's going to generate a database file that you can use for your testing environment. So what I'll do is, as soon as this is finished, I'll pull up the file that we've created, and I'll go through and explain the actual text version of what we were able to do to de-identify the data. It looks like we've just got a few more records left here, and you can see, it really takes, I guess, somewhere around 30 seconds to run through 42 records. Okay, great. So Foxtrot has completed the script. I'll go through and I'll open up the database file that we created. We'll take a look at it. we're just going to go ahead and open up the original file as well, so you can see how those two compared. Okay, so we took the last names and we randomized those. We did a series of replacements with letters in the names. The address, we randomized the first 4 digits of the address, and we put everyone on Elm Street in this scenario. We actually randomized the state and zip as a whole, and the city as well. Depending on the system that you're testing in, you may need a zip code that actually matches the city and state, so we can do that as well if necessary. We randomize each series and the phone number separately, so we random 3, random 3, random 4. For the date of birth, we actually used yesterday's date, so anytime we run this particular script, we'll always grab yesterday's date, but we can set that to grab whatever date you would like. For the socials, we used a prefix that's not in use, and then we grabbed a randomization series for the rest of the digits in the social. And for the date entered into the system, we actually used today's date. And here we just use an example where you might have ICD-9 codes or ICD-10 codes in that data set. So that is basically the demonstration portion of how Foxtrot can de-identify data. You can download a trial version of Foxtrot today. You can do that at the website listed on the screen. To download your trial, visit www.enablesoft.com/latest version.